O beauty before me, beauty behind me, beauty to the right of me, beauty to the left of me, beauty above me, beauty below me. I'm on the pollen path. Navajo saying, find your purpose and be happy. You take trips thinking they will make you happy, don't you? Imagine that you just stepped off the plane after returning home from a glorious 14-day trip to Europe. How do you feel? Are you excited about the life you've come back to? Are you looking forward to working on your passions? Are you happy? Or do you sigh and resign yourself to the same dull routine of daily life and start planning your next trip? Style break. Look beautiful in belts. Use a belt to create a more defined waist and hourglass shape. When in doubt, wear the belt as tight and high on the waist as possible. Now imagine taking a trip where the moment you arrive home is when the real adventure begins. Imagine a trip that changes you and your life into something more purposeful, creative, interesting, and fun. The souvenirs from this special journey would be talents, passions, and interests you had forgotten or never knew you had. Do you want more courage, inner peace, self-expression, and above all, more growth? That is what you will find on this adventure. We are talking here about a transformative trip that doesn't fade with time, but actually grows in significance, even though you may never leave home. Imagine the adventure of a lifetime that never ends but only gets better and better. That is the trip, a treasure hunt really, that this book will take you on. So buckle your seatbelt and get ready. The places you will visit on this inner adventure have been described in ancient teachings thousands of years old, from the Bible to the Bhagavad Gita. The same path has been described in different ways in nearly every spiritual book ever written. Nothing here is really new. It is only organized in a new way as to make the path clearer, easier, and less scary to follow. Together we will study timeless teachings from diverse sources, from different centuries and corners of the globe, to find the common threads that tie them all together and teach us how to live the fullest possible life we can live. Best of all, you choose what you want to improve in your life. No two paths are alike, just as no two people are alike. Ultimately, the point of this book is to help us better enjoy the adventure of being alive. You talk about the soul's high adventure. My general formula for my students is follow your bliss. I mean, find where it is and don't be afraid to follow it. Power of Myth, 1988. Style break. Statement accessories and prints. Generally, a statement accessory and a print will compete and not look harmonious. However, if the belt or necklace matches perfectly and won't get lost in the print, it can work. See the image above. And wherever he lives, in the city or in the country, in the valley or in the hills, there is great joy. Even in the empty forest, he finds joy, because he wants nothing. Sayings of the Buddha, approximately 550 BCE. There will be many hurdles that come up during this adventure, and the ancient texts have every solution, told in a simple and elegant way from many different perspectives. You will choose which answers connect best with you. There is only one path, one truth, but it takes different forms and directions. That's what makes it so exciting. You never know what is around the next bend in the road. I think that what we're seeking is an experience of being alive, so that our life experiences on the purely physical plane will have resonances within our own innermost being and reality, so that we actually feel the rapture of being alive. Power of Myth, 1988. But what if you don't believe in God? Spirituality and religion are not the same thing. While it draws on certain religious teachings, this book is about general spiritual principles and is not a religious guide. There are no rules or rituals. This journey is about fostering a direct connection between you and the impersonal spiritual power that pervades the universe and your being, so that you can draw upon it for strength, courage, and power. Call it spiritual electricity, call it what you will. What matters is that you use it. Artist's Way, 1992. Spirituality is not religion. It is a path for us to generate happiness, understanding, and love, so we can live deeply each moment of our life. Having a spiritual dimension in our lives does not mean escaping life or dwelling in a place of bliss outside this world, but discovering ways to handle life's difficulties and generate peace, joy, and happiness right where we are on this beautiful planet. Art of Living, 2017. No book will ever be able to persuade anyone to believe in a higher power, in a God or an impersonal creator. It is only by personal experience that the belief can germinate and grow. We are all on a path. We are all making progress. And along the way, we need to be ready to abandon our current view so we can be open to a new, better, and deeper view, one which brings us closer to the truth. Art of Living, 2017. What is required here is simply an open mind. Take the journey, believing or not, and as you move farther and farther along, see if anything changes. Regardless of what you believe, you can still improve your life. Style break. The vital importance of saturation in style. Why do some colors look good together and others not? The primary reason is saturation. Saturation is how vivid or dull the colors look. Choose colors of equal saturation for a harmonious look every time. For example, a dull purple and a dull yellow will look better together than a bright and dull purple. The one thing that does matter is sometime, some way, there came to this planet the germ of life, the vital force which animates all nature, plant, animal, man. Whatever power it was that brought this life germ to the earth, it came endowed with unlimited resource, unlimited energy, unlimited life. No other force can defeat it. No obstacle can hold it back. All through the history of life and mankind, you can see its directing intelligence. Call it nature, call it providence, call it what you will, rising to meet every need of life. Secret of the Ages, 1925. Growing up, many of us equated spirituality with rules, judgment, and sacrifice. And so you may have turned away from a spiritual life and felt that in doing so, you could live life on your own terms. But ironically, that is exactly what spirituality teaches us to do. Perhaps no one taught you all the positives in living a spiritual life and the beautiful aspects of ancient teachings. Spirituality helps you to fulfill your potential. It brings you peace inside and helps you live in harmony with your fellow man and the entire earth. Best of all, it's so fun discovering and embracing everything that makes you unique. Far from limiting you, a spiritual journey liberates you and allows you to dream bigger and bigger and achieve more than you can imagine. Spirituality can awaken your innate perseverance and drive to help you reach your goals and then set new and bigger ones once you do. But more than anything, spirituality is about being yourself, your real self, and then loving and trusting that real self. Style break. Bold pieces versus statement pieces. A statement piece is a star. The other accessories should be simple and supporting, like simple chain necklaces or plain boots in the same color. In the image above, the necklace is the statement piece. Like a dog chewing on a bare bone? Many people who are seeking happiness in travel and other sensory delights don't find what they are looking for. Or they find that the happiness from a trip is only fleeting, and so they plan their next adventure right away. Maybe they have visited 26 different countries in the last year, but their restlessness and longing follows them wherever they go. Each one of us has a big block of craving inside. We're always looking outside ourselves for something to make us feel satisfied and complete, whether it is food, sensual pleasures, money, a relationship, social status, or success. But so long as we have the energy of craving in us, we're never satisfied with what we have and with who we are right now, and true happiness is not possible. But even if you do get the object of your craving, you never feel truly fulfilled. Like a dog chewing on a bare bone, no matter how many hours you gnaw at your craving, you never feel satisfied. You never feel that you have enough. The Art of Living, 2017. Okay, so instead of chewing on a bare bone, what if people stayed home and focused on an inner journey that helps them discover who they really are and what they really want? What if they focused on self-improvement, learning, and personal goals? Answer: they would find that their restlessness would dramatically reduce and perhaps even disappear entirely. Then they would be able to take trips without the need to collect stamps in their passport, but to simply enjoy and feed their soul. Travel can and should be enjoyed, but not as a source of happiness in itself. If you can't be happy at home with yourself, then you won't find lasting happiness in travel. Style break. Bold accessories will turn heads and are easy to wear. A collection of 3 or 4 bold accessories will make any outfit unique and polished. For example, a pink belt, boots, and hat, all fairly simple but the same color, will look amazing together. Many of us have been running all our lives. We have the feeling that we need to run into the future, away from the past, out from wherever we are. In truth, we don't need to go anywhere. Art of Living, 2017. Traveling is a fool's paradise. Our first journeys discover to us the indifference of places. At home, I dreamed that at Naples, at Rome, I can be intoxicated with beauty and lose my sadness. I pack my trunk, embrace my friends, embark on the sea, and at last wake up in Naples. And there beside me is the stern fact, the sad self, unrelenting, identical, that I fled from. Ralph Waldo Emerson, Self-Reliance, 1803 to 1882. Most people never find or ever search for this contentment within. We are distracted. We are lost. Instead, most of us are obsessed with finding the beauty without. Sensory delights for our eyes, ears, nose, touch, and taste buds. We travel to far away and new destinations. We go by boat, plane, car, always searching for beauty outside to stimulate and satisfy our senses. But the desire is never satisfied. And when we can't travel, then we shop, we eat, we drink, we watch, we consume. We are like jugs filled with holes, pouring all these pleasures into a vessel that leaks them all out again, leaving a void. But this vessel is simply our mind, our way of thinking. And we can make small changes daily that fill the holes so that our happiness stays with us long after the trip, meal, or purchase has ended. Everlasting joy is our true destination. Style break. Key question: cool or warm? Cool colors are blue, green, violet. Warm colors are red, orange, yellow. First, choose the clothing tone. Then decide whether the accessories will be cool or warm. All the beauty and joy that you need is within you, waiting to be uncovered. There is a treasure beyond description within you right now. You must want real life, not mere pleasure or sensual gratification. Science of Getting Rich, 1910. Thus, I use up my life in the desire for pleasure and the thirst for experiences, for power, honor, knowledge, and love, to clothe this false self and construct its nothingness into something real. But there is no substance under the things with which I am clothed. I am hollow, and my structure of pleasures and ambitions has no foundation. Silence, Joy, 1946. What crazy things make you happy? The goal of this book is not to convince you to stay home, eat stale bread, and live a life devoid of pleasure. Life was meant to be abundant. The goal is to discover those things that bring you true joy, that are your own unique interests and pleasures. Not everyone is really interested in France or Italy. Not everyone really wants a designer handbag. Maybe you would enjoy a park around the corner from your home as much as a trip to Paris. Maybe you love chunky wooden jewelry. The joy you discover inside yourself will clarify where you will find your joy without, so that you can put your time, energy, and resources where they will have the most impact. The world is trying to tell us where our joy is, that it is the same for all of us. Nothing could be further from the truth. Style break. How to tie a scarf. Tying a scarf lower around the collarbone elongates the neck. The simplest way is to tie a loose double knot. Use the scarf to cover the neckline of the dress or blouse when possible to create a clean look. No two created beings are exactly alike, and their individuality is no imperfection. On the contrary, the perfection of each created thing is not merely in its conformity to an abstract type, but in its own individual identity with itself. This particular tree will give glory to God by spreading out its roots in the earth and raising its branches into the air and light in a way that no other tree before or after it ever did or will do. Silence, Joy, 1946. What we really want to do is what we are really meant to do. The Artist's Way, 1992. Ours is not a direct path or a bulleted checklist. This journey is not the kind that you add to your bucket list. Every path is totally unique. It's only that there are some stops that are common to most spiritual transformations. This book seeks to identify and explain these stops, these places you must visit within your mind and thoughts in order to progress toward the life you want to have and the person you want to be. He was describing the hero's journey not as a courageous act, but as a life lived in self-discovery. Joseph Campbell affirmed life as an adventure. Power of Myth, 1988. As mentioned before, this isn't just a sightseeing trip. This is a treasure hunt, and the treasure you are seeking is the most precious treasure in the universe. In fact, with this treasure, you'll feel as rich as anyone in the world. Style break. Contrast is usually a good idea when planning your outfit. Plan areas of light and dark in your clothing and accessories. Those who seek wisdom come to understand that even though the world may reward us for wrong or superficial reasons, such as our physical appearance, the family we come from, and so on, what really matters is who we are inside and who we are becoming. Epictetus, 55 to 135 AD. The treasure you seek only has its true value in connection with the world around you. Imagine if you had piles of gold that no one else valued. It might as well be a pile of worthless rocks. It's only in how other people value the gold that it becomes something of importance and worth. In the same way, it is how you use your treasure to connect with the world, to make the world around you better and richer, that you really find the true worth of your treasure. A treasure that is only of value to you alone won't bring lasting satisfaction. Use the talents God has given you to make the world better for your having been in it. Secret of the Ages, 1925. A life based on narrow self-interest cannot be esteemed by any honorable measurement. Seeking the very best in ourselves means actively caring for the welfare of other human beings. Epictetus, 55 to 135 AD. Thou shalt use the good about you for the advantage of all. Thou shalt serve. The Bible. Style break. Brooches make you feel beautiful. Add a brooch to the lapel of a blazer or a scarf if you don't want to poke holes in your clothing item. Try pairing a simple chain necklace with a brooch, but make sure they are positioned close enough to look connected. Mother Teresa, Henry Ford, Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Edison, Christopher Columbus, Abraham Lincoln, and nearly all our greatest athletes, pioneers, inventors, scientists, all found this treasure, and that is the main reason they are remembered and admired. But fame is not the treasure. It is a byproduct of finding your treasure. It is something that may or may not happen on our journey and really is irrelevant. Van Gogh never achieved fame while alive, but he found his treasure. The journey itself is the treasure. Always remember that if we don't enjoy and make the most of the journey, then the destination is meaningless. The treasure we find turns to dust if we don't enjoy the path to finding it. History is necessary above all to the man of action and power, who fights a great fight and needs examples, teachers, and comforters. He does not wish to meet the idler who is rushing through the picture galleries of the past for a new distraction or sensation, where he himself is looking for instruction and encouragement. Nietzsche, 1844 to 1900. Okay, so what is the treasure? To download the rest of Chapter 1 absolutely free, simply click the link below.